Aliyah Long to serve. She leads this team with 22 serving aces. As far as with a big shot right away, and the Hawkeyes strike first early on.
Carmel Vars has been such a fun story to watch. She's 11 kills away from 200 on the season as just a true freshman from Estonia. Came in as a highly talented recruit, and she's been fantastic all season long.
Stojanovic to serve. Back the other way, big dig. Here's Van Zandt. Shut the door by Michigan State. They come back with a big block. Looks like number 9, Zuzana Kulig, was in on the block. And I believe number 12 as well was Evie Duzema.
Yeah, Kulig's been great all season long as well. That's her 50th block of the season. Watch out, though. Hawkeyes coming right back.
Varez doubles down early on with kills, and pardon me, the kill there, or the block earlier on was, I believe, Mumshular as well, helping out Kulig. But again, nice setup there from Ammeraal, and Varez again doubling down on kills. Here's the serve from Jamie Marquardt, and that's a little too far as it goes past the end line. Michigan State knots it back up to 2.
And Carmel Vars is continuing to highlight her. Her and Sharday Van Zandt have really been the two that this offense has run through. It's one of those two normally leading the way in kills in their big victories. Sharday Van Zandt, a transfer from Chattanooga. Again, Vars, just a true freshman.
And speaking of Van Zandt, she gets a kill on the board, and back and forth we go. The Hawkeyes reclaim the lead. And about Van Zandt, on September 25th, she recorded her 1,000th career kill. And what a great treat it was to be a part of this Hawkeyes team and getting that milestone here at Extreme Arena as the Spartans try and send it the other way. Good block there from Warden. Set back up again along the left side. Moisio can't save it, and Stanishevska gets her first kill on the day.
Yeah, this Michigan State offense, they have some real firepower, especially in that back row, starting with Stanishevska. And we talked about her in the open. She's a little bit undersized, and we're going to put that in quotation marks at 6 foot. But she can get up there, has a lot of blocks on the season, and she has a thunderous swing.
That sort of barely gets over. Ammeraal on 2, but Michigan State, that front line, refusing to let one get by, and they take the lead for the first time today.
Carmen Way able to get up and pick up the block there. Didn't really play until the last week of the season as she was injured coming into the year. Still on that return to play track, but she's been really good since she's come back.
And she gets another one there. Way standing tall. I mean, she's the tallest one out there, I believe, besides Mumshular for this Spartans team. And back-to-back blocks puts Michigan State ahead by 2. Is to serve is Maya Bolton for the Spartans. And look at that height on that block as the Hawkeyes will try and send it back. Whittingstall with the attempt. Not able to keep it in bounds, though. Michigan State doubling on their lead here.
And Hannah Whittingstall's really come alive this season for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Transferred in from SMU last year, 6'2" junior, 7th in the Big Ten in blocks. But when she's able to get up and get her hand on top of the ball, she can have some really big kills.
Here's Way again. Moisio lobs it up to Ammeraal. Here's Warden on the other side. Sent back over there. Van Zandt. And it looks like it's going to be violation here on the Hawkeyes. And Michigan State will reap the rewards there. They're up by 4.
And Jim Barnes asking what exactly the call was there. I believe they called a lift. But Jim Barnes a little confused on that call.
Ammeraal trying to get it over on 2, but met by Way at the net. Warden with a good shot attempt, but doesn't get it inbounds, and Michigan State holds a commanding 8-3 lead.
Yeah, Alyssa Warden, she's been really good early in the season, has them set up with a lot of confidence going into Big Ten play.
Maya Bolton on a little bit of a serving run is an error on the Hawkeyes' end. And Bolton will keep her rate of fire going behind the end line as Michigan State up by 6 points now.
That one ate up Jamie Marquardt and take an extra step back. Couldn't quite get her fists on.
Dug there from Schneider. Stanishevska just has to send it over. Winning stall, and it's dug out there from Bolton. Mumshular back to the Hawkeyes side. Warden will try again, and she'll connect this time. And the Hawkeyes will conclude this 7-point run from the Spartans, making it a 5-point game.
Great court vision by Alyssa Warden, able to find that soft spot in the Michigan State defense and end the 7-0 scoring run by the Spartans.
And just having to tip that one over was Malaya Long. Warden will try again. Good block from that front line. Stanishevska can't get it over the Hawkeye front wall there, but it deflects out of bounds. No attempt there to recover that one. Michigan State will answer.
Yeah, right there. Iowa just has to be cognizant of where their hands are placed and trying to keep that in play. That one just falls out of bounds.
Big serve there from Stanishevska. Here's Warden again and gets it through that front line this time. She'll get another kill on the board. The Hawkeyes cut the lead in half.
Yeah, Alyssa Warden, again, she's had limited action this season, 61 sets played, but when she comes in, the ball comes to her quite a bit, especially on the outside. It's because she has such great court vision, and when she's on, she's one of the best players on the court.
Mumshular gets one on the board for the Spartans with her first kill on the day. The lead is back up to 6. Take another look. Gets it by Vares. Perfect placement right inside that back line as Leah Schneider will serve for the Spartans. Vares on the left side. No chance to defend that one for the Spartans. And the Hawkeyes keeping it within distance, but still having to claw back a little bit.
We've already touched on Carmel Vares and Sharday Vance and how good they are and how much the offense runs through those two. But when they hit the ball, it sounds different in the arena.
Schneider's serve just gets over the net. Here's Warden on the other side, and she continues her hot streak. It doesn't matter if she's on the left or right. She's getting them to fall on Michigan State's end of the court.
Well, we said that Iowa's offense needed to flip the switch against Michigan State. It was on against USC, but they couldn't find it against UCLA. Right now, a little bit of a scoring run for the Hawkeyes, clawing their way back into this one.
Vares will try again, but a big block. Mumshular was in there, so was Kulig, and Michigan State makes
Fell
it
out of bounds.
Oh, was it out of bounds?
It was.
See, that's the beauty of it being right courtside. Sometimes you don't see them fall in bounds. As far as we'll try again. Stanishevska with a big shot from the back line. No chance for the Hawkeyes to recover there. Now Michigan State gets their 13th point, 13-7.
Alyssa Warden doing all she could there, trying to keep that ball alive. Ended up going off of the referee stand. Trying to go down and dig it up.
Long serves it for the Spartans. Vares gets one to go. And her and Morton are on a scoring clinic for the Hawkeyes. It's been all of them for Iowa. And they bring it back to within 5 once again.
And right now, it's not like it's just been, they've been dumping it over the net and finding the soft spots. It hasn't been a battle in the trenches, you could say, at the net. It's been Iowa, when they've been scoring their points, it's been from big swings and leaving dents in the floor.
Big dig there from Malaya Long. And Duzema, a little too much air on that shot attempt as Iowa will reap the rewards there as they crawl back to within 4. Sashka Stojanovic to serve for the Hawkeyes.
I will be interested to see how this match continues to play out. Iowa very good at blocking. That's how they kept in it against USC. But right now, most of the offense has come from the back row.
Huge block. Duzema was in there, so was Kulig. Those two teaming up. Kulig's been all over the block so far today, whether it's been by herself or with another teammate. In Michigan State in the lead 14-9 as Mumshular sends it back to the Hawkeyes' end. Winning stall. Back over to Michigan State. Stanishevska now. dig from Warden. And Whittingstall will try again. She gets it to go. (14-10) is the score. Iowa hitting double digits here as Jamie Marquardt will serve. A big dig there from Van Zandt. She sends it back over to Michigan State's end. Another block, but it does not go over the net this time. Whittingstall with the good block attempt there, but Michigan State gets the point though.
And going back to the point I made a little bit earlier, Iowa very good at the net. Hannah Whittingstall, top 10 in the Big Ten in blocks. But Michigan State, that's been something they've been working on. They want their defense to be improved. And even though they don't necessarily have the size against a lot of Big Ten teams, they can get up and pick up some big blocks when they need to.
Van Zandt's attempt is deflected by the Spartans. So Iowa will get the point, bringing them back within 4. Besides that little scoring run, it's been back and forth so far in this first half, but Van Zandt can't get it over the net that time, and a service error results in Michigan State being back up by 5.
Yeah, that start for Michigan State, really important for them, able to jump out early and make it difficult for Iowa to crawl back and make it close. Got to give credit though to the Hawkeyes, bringing it back within 5.
Ammeraal Whittingstall with the soft send over. Mumshular at the back line. Can't keep it in bounds. And I was just going to say, last time Maya Bolton served for the Spartans, they went on that big scoring run. They can't get any points that time as the Hawkeyes back to service. Hannah Whittingstall trying to crawl back into this lead for the Spartans, which will only build with another service error. Back-to-back serve attempts for the Hawkeyes haven't gotten over the net.
Well, I was about to say what really hurt Iowa in that match against USC and why they didn't end up pulling ahead and winning that 4th set is because they couldn't rally when they did get the ball back.
And a service error, so back and forth we go with the service errors as Stanishevska can't keep that one in bounds. 17-13 is the score.
Yeah, when you force a mistake from Michigan State, you have to be able to capitalize and pick up a few more points than just one. Gotta build a rally and be able to go on some runs. That's how you're gonna come back in these tight matches.
Carmen Way can't keep that one in bounds, and the Hawkeyes pulled it within 3 for the first time since the big scoring run by Michigan State. Claire Ammeraal to serve once again. Long to set up. Mumshular on the left side. Goes out of bounds. Michigan State is calling for a deflection there. And it looks like they will look at it here. So we'll get our first review of the match.
Karolina Stanishevska is all over it, saying that they need to take a look at it. And Kelsey trusting her leadership. As we get another look at it, it's going to be close. Sade Van Zandt just got out of the way in the back row to let it go.
I'm wondering if it was off of Stojanovic. Whittingstall also went up to block it, but I think she was too far to the right based on where the shot attempt was from Mumshular. And we'll have to look at it again, but I think Stojanovic is probably the main candidate for who this goes off of. Is maybe Whittingstall, though? No, that's pretty clear. If not, excuse me, that was Varez, not Whittingstall, but if not Varez, definitely a little bit. Granted, they still have time, but Michigan State in a great position to try and take set number 1 as Schneider served. Good job by the Hawkeyes to recover, as that was a dangerous play. And on and 2, there is Malaya Long, who's only got 40 kills coming into today, but she gets it to go that time.
Recognizing the opening, going over early in the rally. And right in front of Claire Ammeraal.
Schneider to serve again. Another great serve. Here's Warden on the right side. Good dig there from Long. Mumshuar, it's dug from her knees as Moisio Varez gets it through the front wall of Michigan State, and it drops.
And that's where that strength comes in for Carmel Varez. Yeah, you can hear it when she's able to get up and have a clean hit, but also just fighting through blockers and forcing deflections.
Long will set up Stanishevska from the back line, and what a perfect kill there. Finding that little bit of grease on the floor where no Hawkeye defender was.
And it's
perfect
funny
placement.
Because those last couple of plays, they've been directed at Moisio. Moisio just playing a little bit farther back into that corner, trying to do as much as she can to get over there.
Moisio will set up Van Zant now, and it just stays in bounds. And the kills leader for the Hawkeyes on the season gets them back to within 4, and we're continuing to go back and forth here in set 1.
Pinpoint accuracy from Sade Van Zant. Able to find that back corner, coming over from the Extreme logo, and finds that corner.
Susanna Kulig will answer back off the setup from Alea Long, and Michigan State is within 4 of taking set 1.
Susanna Kulig had a surgery after the spring, still coming back from that surgery, but Coach Kelsey says that as every day she continues to get better as she becomes healthier and healthier.
And speaking of a thunderous kill, putting a dent in the floor there, and one thing to note about Kulig, despite the fact that she's been on and off with recovering from that surgery, she leads this team in blocks with 49 coming into today. She's had plenty already so far in set 1. As Whittingstall sends a thunderous shot over, not defended by Schneider, and the Hawkeyes get back to within 5, but they really got to get some points together if they want to crawl back into this one.
Yeah, really nice job by Iowa setting this up. Ammeraal not having to set that too far away from herself, as Whittingstall is right there behind her.
Good serve by Marquardt. Duzema sends it over for Iowa. Van Zant, it's blocked. A joust at the wall. They still battle for it. Iowa recollects. Van Zant, save there from Stanishevska. Mumshuar to the back line to Warden. There's Whittingstall again. It goes off the net and travels out of bounds. And Michigan State will get 22-18 as the score. Marquardt to serve again, but can't keep that one in bounds. And Michigan State gets that one right back.
Again with Iowa, it's just being able to go on runs. You get a huge challenge call there to get the ball back, pick up a point, bring it back within a few. Got to be able to build on that momentum.
Kai Clayton serves for the Spartans. Van Zant goes up. It's blocked by Michigan State. Mumshuar from the back line. Good save from Moisio. Van Zant will try again. It's set up on the right side. Duzema not able to field it. There is Marquardt, and Michigan State with the set point.
I will say both these teams very good on those long rallies. Both teams able to get back into position quickly, reset, and be able for the return attack.
Whittingstall's defended well there by Clayton, but can't keep it in play are the Spartans, and the Hawkeyes still in it, but again, a big hill to climb.
And Kai Clayton, similar thing happened to Marquardt earlier in this set. That one just ate her up.
Van Zant to serve. Schneider has to go to the length of the court to field that one. Here's Warden on the left side. And having to hustle after it, there's Mumshuar. She can't get to it, and the Hawkeyes start to crawl back a little bit. I mean, they have to get 4 more points here, but they're making it interesting to conclude set number 1 as Van Zant will serve once again. Here's Stanishevska, that's defended well, goes all the way back to Michigan's end. Schneider to Duzema. Ammeraal across, Warden just goes out of bounds. No, it stays in.
It does, just barely, right in front of that referee. He had the best look at it. And Michigan State looking back, seeing if they want to challenge.
I think, yes, they're going to.
Well, it was definitely close. That corner referee was standing on it. And basically, if it hits him, that means it's out. That's basically what that means. You see him readjust, kind of turn, trying to keep that foot right there, because that's where the line is. If it hits his foot before it hits the ground, it's definitely out. And that's why he does that. That way he can literally feel if it is out. And this is going to be a quick review.
After review, the ball was in.
Yep.
Point to Iowa.
And that's just a good job by the corner referee there, being able to keep that foot there, not move out of his position to be able to make that call. And that definitely helped out with the review that he did that.
Yeah, right off the back line and then off the ankle. Hawkeyes down by 3. Duzema on the right side. The Spartans somehow keep that one up. Here's Warden again. Gets it by the front line, and the Hawkeyes are back within 2. What a run they're going on.
And yeah,
It's 24-22. Sharday Van Zandt has gone on a little bit of a run here. She'll serve once again. It goes to Stanishevska. Dug out there by Moisio. Van Zandt from the back line. Defended easily by Long. Duzema on the right side. Here's Warden. Soft shot, easily defended again by the Spartans. An easy shot right back by the Spartans. It's going to be Stanishevska that gets the job done and concludes set number 1. Michigan State takes it.
brought in some big-time transfers and had a lot of high hopes coming into the year, especially with the depth of this team. And we've seen a lot of improvement despite the record.
Big save there from Warden as Van Zandt will try the other way, and she'll get it to go. And the Hawkeyes strike first once again. It's 1-0.
And Van Zandt, one of those transfers that Jim Barnes able to come in or be able to bring in. And when I say we've seen so much improvement from this team, like a year ago, a lot of these matches, Jim Barnes would even go over and say, we're just going to try and put our best show out there, give the fans the best show that we can give them. Now when we talk to him before matches, he's got some more optimism and is ready for these matches and says, hey, we're going to go out there and try and win this thing.
Well, a service error from Warden ties things up as Malaya Long to serve for the Spartans. Varez finds a spot there as the Hawkeyes reclaim the lead.
Great job by Iowa. I mean, with the first set, Michigan State was able to jump out to an early lead, up currently 2-1, but if you're Iowa, you cannot let them go on that early run.
Saved at the back line by Stanishevska. Duzema finds an open spot in the Hawkeye court. Or no, it's going to be... It's going to be Michigan State to tie it here.
It will be, yep.
A little confused with the scores tables. It says 3-1 up top. Now the Hawkeyes lead 3-2 off a service error. We're all over the place
Michigan
here.
State leads 3-2. There was a couple that went out of bounds that looked like it might have been Iowa's, but it's 3-2 Michigan State.
Stojanovic serves. Whittingstall goes up at the front line there, and Michigan State can't defend there. It's tied at 3. I finally have my bearings back.
That's all right, but Hannah Whittingstall keeping her bearings. Great job getting on top of that one.
Stojanovic serves again. Mumshar met at the front line, and no chance to get it by Varez and Whittingstall. The Hawkeyes take the lead.
Again, Iowa scores a lot of their points from the front line and playing the net. We saw in that first set they used their back line a little bit more, which makes sense with the firepower back there with Van Zandt and Varez. But when they come to the front line, they can also pick up some huge blocks.
Whittingstall tries again, and she connects. Her second kill of the set makes it 5-3.
Much different story from set 1 to set 2. Michigan State had the early scoring run in set 1. This time the Hawkeyes have the scoring run.
Here's Duzema on the left side. Good save from Warden. That one goes off the net but stays in bounds. Stanishevska will get the kill there. Michigan State pulls it back to within 1. Mumshular will serve this time. And Fares will connect again. Hawkeyes back in front by 2. And a few substitutions as Fares, after the kill, makes her way to the bench.
And Fares now has 6 kills on the day so far. Iowa doing a great job of sharing the love on offense. 6 kills for Whittingstall and Warden as well.
Big save there from Marquardt off the shot attempt from Kulig. Stanishevska this time on the left. It's deflected by the Hawkeyes, and Michigan State gets it back. Six to 5 is the score. Kai Clayton fresh off the bench for the Spartans. She'll serve now. A joust at the net there by Stanishevska and Ammeraal. And a big joust again. Van Zandt standing tall for Iowa. They're back up in front by 2.
And Spartans have done a really good job of defending the net so far today. They've gotten a lot of those blocks to fall their way. That time, Fares and Whittingstall able to win that battle.
Van Zandt will serve. Stanishevska's shot is deflected. Warden now on the left side. Met right at the net by Duzema. And the Spartans still hanging tough. Down by 1.
And Duzema's been all over the place. Couple of kills tonight already. Now 2 blocks. And she has really been one of those all-around players for Michigan State and has been one of those to stick around throughout all the coaching changes in East Lansing.
Warden's shot is deflected and no chance for any Spartan to recover there. And back and forth we continue to go. Hawkeyes back up by 2.
This is a little more similar to what we saw from the Hawkeyes against USC. More back and forth, staying in sets. But then also, you see the issues in where they cannot build upon momentum and stringing together those long rallies and points. They've done a really good job toward the end of sets, but can you do it early in sets and put yourself in position to win it later in the set and where you don't have to climb back out of a hole?
Van Zandt from the back line. Mumshular defended easily there. It's a joust right at the net. Ammeraal will get called on the lift there, and Michigan State will tie it up.
It was almost like a reaction from Claire Ammeraal trying to do everything she could to at least keep the ball off the floor as it came right back to her, and she just pushed it up against the net.
Hawkeyes will try again. Big shot there from Stojanovic. Hawkeyes reclaim the lead, 9-8.
Got to be ready if you're in the front row there. Down on the court, you couldn't have a player come flying over you trying to go pick up a save. Wow.
My goodness, how is that stop there from the Hawkeyes? They keep it in play, but they can't do it a second time as Carmen Way connects there off the setup from Long. But what an effort from that Hawkeyes team to keep that one up in the first place. Made that point very interesting, but we're still tied at 9.
And Moiseo came flying in to pick up that dig, and they somehow got it over the net. But Van Zandt couldn't get there in the back corner. to pick up the dig coming back. But what an effort by the Hawkeyes to keep that rally alive. But Michigan State ties it up at 9.
Leah Schneider to serve. Diving attempt there from Warden. From the back line, Stanishevska. Warden making it easier for Van Zandt to field it to Varez. Spartans with a nice job to send it back. Big dig from Moisio. Back line again, Van Zandt. Schneider with a save. Across the court, Mumshalar just has to bump it over. Stojanovic, big dig again, and no chance to field that one that time. And the Hawkeyes are the first ones to get to double digits here in set 2.
Wow, that rally was kept alive by a couple of really good digs on either side. Moisio for the Hawkeyes. Then on the other side for Michigan State, I believe it was Stanishevska that went down and grabbed one. As the Michigan State Spartans will pick one up here as the block fell on the side of the Hawkeyes. But we've seen some really impressive digs on both sides for the Hawkeyes and the Spartans to keep these long rallies alive.
We're knotted up at 10-all. That one just stays in. Hawkeyes were calling for out there. Moisio just at the last second avoided the ball there, but it just drops inside the end line, and Michigan State grabs the lead. Malaya Long will serve once again. This one will for sure be in bounds, so the Hawkeyes will try to make way, but met at the front line was Varez, and what a block by this Michigan State front line. They have their biggest lead since the beginning of the set. But that serve doesn't go over. It'll be an error from Long, and Iowa down by 1.
And the service errors have really hurt both sides, especially the Hawkeyes. They've got 6, 3 for Michigan State. It's which team will capitalize most on the errors by the other team.
Zulig leaving a dent in the floor. Look out below. Michigan State back up by 2.
She continues to be able to have that height difference and get up on top of the ball. Have a lot of power coming down on it.
Good job by Iowa to get that one under control. It's a joust. Zulig will get called there. Looked like possibly reaching too far over the net that time.
Possibly. It's referee saying it's very, very close, and Cal State's going to talk things over with the judge closest to the scores table. But they're going to play on.
Michigan State holding a 13-12 lead. Blocked there by Van Zandt and Whittingstall. Sent back over to Van Zandt. Will try again. And what a shot to tie things up.
Able to find that gap between the defenders and hit that one off the side of Kulig, as both Duzema and Kulig went up for the block but left some space there for Van Zandt. She took advantage of it. Kulig, though, took the brunt of the hit.
Stanishevska is blocked. Whittingstall this time doubles it down for the Hawkeyes, and they retake the lead 14-13 off of 2 thunderous kills from that front line.
Nothing Malia Schneider could do there. Whittingstall. I mean, this offense, when they are rolling, it is really hard to defend, especially when they're able to build some momentum from the back line. They've got a lot of strength on this team.
Duzema gets it over. Moisio sets up Van Zandt. And what a save, but they can't keep it going. As what an effort from Stanishevska. But the Spartans can't recover, though, as so far this season, as she'll look to set up Stanishevska on the left side. Good dig from Moisio. Goes all the way to Michigan State's end. Stanishevska tries again. It's defended well again. They'll try a third time. Who wants it that time? They will get it over. Van Zandt on the left side. Just out of bounds, though. And the Spartans get it back to within one.
And Sade Van Zandt lined it up perfectly. Just couldn't keep it inside the boundary. And Michigan State letting it go. But going back to Malaya Long and her accomplishments so far as a redshirt freshman this season, Coach Kelsey said this team is very young. And the fact that they've been able to do what they have done, new head coach, some transfers coming in, a lot of changes, and still be so successful with all the changes around them.
Stanishevska with perfect placement on that kill there. And we're all knotted up at 15. And again, that's been a trend with a few of these kills, just finding perfect placement with the shot attempts. As Kai Clayton to serve just gets it over. Ammeraal over on 2, but it's quickly recovered by the Spartans. Van Zandt this time, no recovery needed there from Michigan State, and the Hawkeyes reclaim the lead.
Van Zandt, again, she's got a lot of power when coming down on the ball. And that time going right in front, right over the top of the net. Able to pick up a deflection and a kill.
Way in the middle. And no one able to get there for the Hawkeyes as Van Zandt and Moisia were in the vicinity. And it's tied up again.
And Moisio's been playing back, awaiting because of how well Michigan State has been able to pinpoint their kills in the back corner. So Moisio's been playing back. But Michigan State has adjusted and has been dropping a lot of their kills right in front of her where she can't reach.
Warden keeps that one in bounds. And it's a seesaw battle at the moment since we've been back from that media timeout. 17-16 Iowa.
Jim Barnes would love to get this set. Trying to bounce back after that loss to UCLA.
Stanishevska on the left side just keeps it in bounds. And we're tied up again.
And that right there is why Moisio has been playing back. She wasn't in on that last rally, but Van Zandt was playing just a couple of steps up, which didn't allow her to have time to react and get to that corner.
Van Zandt from the back line. Defended well, goes back over to Iowa's end. Ammeraal over in 2. More dents on the floor? I think so.
Claire Ammeraal is a player that you have to circle when you're coming in to play at Extreme Arena because she knows how to play all facets of the game. She can block, she can, of course, leads the team in assists, but also can do that.
Ammeraal with the big save, and Varez gets it over. But back at the Hawkeyes' end, Varez again. Defended well there by Long. Mumshuar a little too much air, and Iowa back in front by 2.
Claire Ammeraal really starting to shine here late in set 2. She's been quiet most of the night, only 4 digs, a block, and a kill. But now we see those numbers starting to ratchet up, and she's starting to make her presence known on the court.
Blocked by the Hawkeyes, but it doesn't stay in bounds. So Michigan State gets one back. It's 19-18.
This is more what we're used to from Iowa, playing tight. Trying to hold on here in set 2.
Ammeraal has to travel all the way back to the back line. Varez just has to bump it over. From the back line, Stanishevska doesn't stay in bounds, though. The Hawkeyes are the first ones to 20.
Iowa able to reset. You see Claire Ammeraal and Milana Moisiu talking over that play. Claire had to quickly get to that back line just because of the miscommunication of who was supposed to have that set.
Mumshuar gets it in bounds, and Michigan State holding tough here in set number 2, not going away.
Yeah, back corners were playing a little bit further up, trying to defend the middle of the court. But once again, Michigan State's back line has been really good at pinpointing in the back corners, and Ammeraal able to do it again.
Stojanovic off the beautiful setup from Ammeraal. Trying to come away with the set victory here in set number 2, and Stojanovic will start things off with an ace.
9th ace of the season, that's exactly what you want. Michigan State, not what you want. You called that timeout, trying to end this run by the Hawkeyes, but instead, they come out and pick up the ace.
Good save again good serve again from Stojanovic. She'll get the dig, but kind of in an awkward space there where Ammeraal had to meet the ball close to the net. And she couldn't get that one. Michigan State gets to 20. Bianca Ammeraal will serve for the Spartans. Van Zandt on the left side, easily defended. Staniszewska, great touch once again from her on the left side, and Michigan State pulls to within 1.
Michigan State's been really good at adjusting to what Iowa has been giving them on the other side. That time, Alyssa Ward a little bit further back, and
specific players, they're pretty versatile, but in talking about Evie Dozema, her main position is on the opposite, but she's played every position except setter, and then we know where Staniszewska could play everywhere on the court, as Winning Stahl's shot attempt goes out of bounds, and Michigan State ties it up.
And that's where you lean on your talent, right? You're down to a team where you're expected to come in and take care of, but they've been playing really well recently. This is where you lean on your talent late in the set.
Deflected off of Michigan State's front line as Vares gets the point back for Iowa. They're back up by 1.
Really good chances here for Iowa. See if they can close it out.
Marquardt serve all the way to the other side, and Staniszewska has been a problem everywhere on the court. She's been finding her rhythm on that left side, and the Spartans tie it up.
Again, we've talked about it time and time again. Staniszewska is an all-around player. She can have those big kills. She has a ton of assists, can get up and block despite being considered undersized at 6 foot. But boy, when you need her most, she will be there. The Spartans need her right now.
Good recovery there from Long off the Van Zandt shot. Ammeraal over on 2. And a little bit of an error there from Long, but another powerful shot from Claire Ammeraal, and Iowa has a set point, trying to close things out here in set 2, and we'll get another timeout.
And that's what Claire is so good at doing, right? She's been able to find those spots and know.
Closer to 200 career kills on the season. Here's the serve from Van Zandt as we're back playing here. The set point for Iowa. Big dig from Moisio. Here's Van Zandt on the back line and can't get it over the net, and we're tied at 24. We'll need to go to at least 26 here in set 2.
Yeah, Claire Ammeraal had to go into the back row to set that up for Van Zandt. Not the exact position she wants to be. A few steps closer to the net, and that set up perfectly, but Charday had to try and kill that from middle of the court.
And a service error from Nia Bolton gets Iowa back in front, 25-24. They'll have another set point.
This is a big serve for Iowa, as they have struggled capitalizing on errors. But it'll be the veteran Milana Moisio, transferred in from Miami this season.
Long sets up Staniszewska. Easily defended by Warden. She'll go up. Spartans send it back over. It's blocked by the Hawkeyes, but goes out of bounds, so we're tied up again.
Good luck by Michigan State and Staniszewska again. They've been feeding her the ball all night long. And Ammeraal was there for it alongside Stojanovic. Just couldn't get the bounce.
Ammeraal right at the net. Blocked by the Spartans, but it's out of bounds again, so back-to-back plays where the opposing team gets a block, but it doesn't stay in bounds. The Hawkeyes, the beneficiaries that time, and they're back in front.
Good decision there to go to the opposite side late. Stojanovic went there and able to get the deflection to go out of bounds by Bianca Mumshular.
Ammeraal serve close to the back line, and it stays in. So Iowa gets set number 2. Flipping the script a little bit from
Look at what this offense is going to be the remainder of the season, especially with the performance Alyssa Warden has put together tonight. That's going to be a net violation on Michigan State.
Yeah, Kulik was up in a hurry for Michigan State, almost expecting an Ammeraal shot there, like you mentioned before, AJ. It's a big question mark sometimes with Claire Ammeraal, whether she's going to go over in 2 or try to, in this case, set up Stojanovic for the kill attempt. As Kulik sends a soft one over. Van Zandt on the left side. Good save there from Schneider. Mumshular on the left side this time. Stojanovic, right place, right time. Van Zandt is deflected there. Sent over easily by Mumshular. Varez on the right side. Defended by Long. Mumshular blocked by Whittingstall and Varez. And Iowa off the rally, up by 2.
Now 3 blocks on the day for Hannah Whittingstall. And those two, whenever they're going up for a block, it is really hard to fight through it because of where they're able to position themselves. And they've done a really good job of perfecting the block.
The dig from Ammeraal goes over the head of Stojanovic, so Michigan State will get their first point on the board. Mumshular serves. Whittingstall goes up, almost in full flight before even Ammeraal set it up for her. And Iowa up by 2 once again.
And that's just really good chemistry between the two of them, right? Whittingstall doesn't have to go all the way to the pin for Ammeraal to set it up. It's just a boom, boom play. Ammeraal sets it, then not even half a second later, it's on the floor.
Stanishevska on the left side. It just barely goes over. I'm not even sure if Duzima even needed to make contact there as it stayed on the Hawkeye side. Spartans back within 1.
Well, she had to make sure, and I'm sure she also wanted the kill stat as well.
Of course.
As she was able to get up there and finish the play. But you're right, it was staying on the side of the Hawkeyes and Duzima, just making sure that stayed over there.
Ammeraal goes behind her to Whittingstall. Good job by the Spartans to save that one. Warden has to track back there. Another great play defensively. Stanishevska on the opposite side. Moisio sets it up for Van Zandt. Back over to the Spartan side. And that one is out. Iowa back in front by 2. Few substitutions by both teams as Jardine Van Zandt ready to serve this one for Iowa. And Stanishevska comes right back, gets it through that front wall this time, and gets the Spartans once again back within 1, like we've seen a lot so far today, especially in all these sets, especially early on. It's been back and forth.
Stanishevska now at 14 kills tonight with 8 digs.
Ammeraal over a 2, and every Spartan player trying to scramble to get to that one. And I mean, I was going to let play breathe there for a second, AJ, because that's an incredible stat line for Stanishevska already. Just over 2 sets played, but Iowa gets a 2-point lead right back as Moisio will serve. Stanishevska again on the left side. And Moisio, zero chance to get that one back in play.
Well, she's in the right position, and she's able to get there. It's just making it go straight up. And it's really hard when Stanishevska has such a low hit, right? It's a line drive. It's very low. There's zero arc on it. So it's really hard to make that ball go straight back up. We have to dive to go dig it out.
Big block by the Spartans, but it doesn't stay in bounds. Warden helps get Iowa back up in front by 2 there.
Now we've started to see more of the battle at the net, right? That first set, it was a battle of the back rows, but this set, it's been a battle at the net.
Warden with nice direction to put that one in a dangerous play by the Spartans. Stojanovic goes up, and Bolton can't field that one cleanly. Iowa with their biggest lead of the set at 7-4. Ammeraal will serve for the Hawkeyes. It goes to the left side again. Mumshular, it's deflected at the front line. Ammeraal can't make a play on it, and the Spartans get back within 2.
We haven't talked that much. We've said her name a lot, but we haven't talked much about Bianca Mumshular. Just a true freshman from Istanbul, Italy. And she's been having a really good night. 4 kills, now 5 after that with 8 digs and a couple of blocks as well.
I think you mean Turkey on that one, AJ.
What did I say?
I think you said Italy there is. Not quite the same geography, but while we were talking about that, it was a big kill from Alyssa Warden, who's now up to 9 today. She'll serve this one. Mumshular is defended well there by Moisio. Van Zandt on the left side gets it to stay in bounds, and Iowa in front by 4. Warden to serve again. To the back line. Stanishevska has to make Moisio dive for it. Powerful shot by Varez. Goes back to Iowa's side. Varez will try again. A lot less power on that one, so Spartans will have another chance. A big block, but the Spartans keep it up there. Ammeraal behind her. Varez a third time, and third time's the charm. Iowa doubling their lead as they hit double digits, and a timeout for the Spartans. These teams coming from the international side, and they've had a big impact this season.
Yeah, it's been really fun to see how the Big Ten and college volleyball has welcomed in the international students into the college volleyball game, and how much it's really brought more of a spotlight to the sport as well, because of as the sport continues to grow and continues to become bigger and bigger, so does the talent. The talent continues to get better and better.
Alyssa Warden had an ace, and it was followed up by a block for back-to-back points after the timeout. And the Hawkeyes with their biggest lead of the day. They're up by 7 right now. And another block by the Hawkeyes. That front line of Varez and Stojanovic team up that time. And they're up by 8 this time.
Once again, Michigan State taking the timeout, but it's Iowa that comes out firing. And they're on a 6-0 scoring run right now.
Varez gets it past the front line, and Schneider's dig travels too far as it hits the net. An awkward position for the Spartans to make a play there, and the Hawkeyes now on a 7-0 scoring run.
And just like that, this third set, Iowa building a 9-point lead.
From the back line, Duzema. Now Van Zandt. Duzema has to dive for that one. On the other side, it's deflected, but out of bounds. Taylor Hold'em, who's in the match for the first time today, gets her first kill on the board.
Talk about international talent. Taylor Hold'em from New Zealand, a 6'2 junior, was injured a few weeks ago and missed quite a bit of the middle of the season, starting to come back and get back to full strength.
One note about her, she's currently leading the team in kills per set with 4. And is also 4th on the team in kills overall. What a dig there from Ammeraal. Iowa gets it over. Another dig from Ammeraal. There's Vargas on the left side. It's deflected. Now Duzema, they can't keep it up that time, and the Spartans cut the lead in half and stop the scoring run.
And that time, some miscommunication from the Hawkeyes. There were a couple of there, and Vargas at the last moment gave it a best effort, but ultimately falls in for Michigan State.
Pardon me, the scoring run was stopped on the previous play before that. So Michigan, 2-0 run of their own. A block there, but it stays on Michigan State's side, and the Hawkeyes back in front by 8.
This has been really good set for Iowa. We've talked about, can they go on those scoring runs early and build the lead for themselves so they don't have to try and hold on late or make crazy comebacks at the end of sets. This has been a really good set for the Hawks.
Zulik with a thunderous shot there was met at the front net there by Whittingstall and kind of just pitter-pattered on the net, top of the net there, but falls on the Hawkeyes' end. So the Spartans making it 15-8. Oldham serve. Block again there. Whittingstall and Vargas team up. They'll go up again. It's arched over them by Stanishevska. Good try by the Hawkeyes to keep that one in play. And Ammeraal over in 2. Spartans did not expect it. Doubling the lead once again.
Well, Iowa was out of position that time. Moiseo had to punch it over, and then she had to be the one to set up Claire Ammeraal, who then just sent it over on 2, and the two of them shared a last thing. We were completely out of position that time, but still made it work.
Stanishevska goes up. What a play by Warden. Moiseo. They're gonna call it there as Moiseo can't get it over. And the Spartans one away from double digits.
Now can the Spartans capitalize on the Hawkeyes' error?
We've already seen a plethora of digs so far today. It's a combined 87 throughout these 3 sets so far. It's a good serve from Kulik. Whittingstall's shot carries a little too far over the baseline. And Michigan State within 6. Marquardt sets up Warden on the back line. Diving for it there that time was Oldham. Not able to make a play on it. Hawkeyes up 17-10. Charday Van Zandt will serve for Iowa. That recovery goes over. It's a joust at the net. Moiseo kicks it to a player. Marquardt sends it over on 2 that time by Long, and Marquardt can't keep it up that time. What acrobatics by both sides of the court, and the Spartans make it 17-11.
Yeah, why not?
Did you have that on your bingo card?
Not tonight, but nice job by Ammeraal. Just to kick it. What? I mean, that's one way to get an assist.
Would have been great if they actually connected. She will connect with Whittingstall that time, as Hannah would not be denied. Hawkeyes back in front by 7. Moiseo lofts one. Over on 2 by Wood, and Ammeraal decides to go over on 2. Spartans have to scramble, but Schneider with a great play to send it to Stanishevska. Warden on the left side gets it through. Another good dig, this time from Schneider. Ammeraal over on 2 again. Defended well again by the Spartans. And Stanishevska gets it over that front line. 3 of them went up that time, and she hits the back corner.
Really good placement. Once again, like you said, just going over the top of the defenders. You even see Harcourt try to go up at the last minute as well. Just couldn't get a finger on it.
Van Zandt from the back line. Schneider, big dig. Another lofted one by Hold'em, and she'll connect as well. Michigan State pulls within 5.
Spartans going back to what they were doing earlier in set 2, pinpointing that back row and finding space, especially on scrambles.
That serve just goes over from Staniszewska. I was just going to say that one looked like it was not going to go over, transferring to Iowa. The serve from Staniszewska after the crazy ace before the timeout, and Warden finding the gap in the Michigan State defense, and it's 19-14. Ammeraal serve goes to the center of the side for the Spartans. Ammeraal hustling to set up Warden. Just drifts out of bounds. And the Spartans make it a 4-point game. Leah Schneider, the libero for the Spartans team, to serve. Moisio has to go down low for that one. Warden on the left side this time. Van Zandt's dig travels all the way back to the Spartans' end. Hold'em. Great block there from Warden to send it back to the Spartans' end. There's Fares on the left side. Good support from the Spartans here. Another block. What a diving effort there from Ammeraal, sent over by Moisio. Kulik that time tips it over, fooled everyone in a gold or black uniform. And the Spartans make it 19-16. What a play by Kulik.
And what a rally by both teams as well. We've talked about it time and time again tonight. A lot of really impressive digs on both sides. That time, the deception, and able to drop it in between the defenders, finding some real estate, and Kulik picks up a kill.
Ammeraal to Stojanovic, no chance. Hawkeyes hit 20. Have another look at it again. That's one of those plays again. Ammeraal has such chemistry with these hitters for the Hawkeyes that some of these plays, we saw it earlier with Whittingstall, they're in full flight before the set is even up in the air. And tipped by the Hawkeyes front line, and no play to be made there for Iowa, and the Spartans back within 3.
And once again, third set going to come down to the wire. Still plenty to play, but Michigan State's made it close despite Iowa at one point being up by 10.
Ammeraal goes behind her to Vares. No mistake there. 21-17 now.
Carmel Vares now 11 kills on the night.
Stojanovic with a great serve. Just stays in bounds. Whittingstall already hitting 200 blocks with Iowa. She's getting closer to 400 career kills. Moisio only 2 digs away from 500 in her career. She's already been way over 200 this season.
And another note, Alyssa Warden surpassing her career high in kills tonight at 11 against Butler earlier this year. She has 12 tonight.
And an error for the Spartans puts the Hawkeyes in front by 6 off the serve from Stojanovic. She's back there once again. That one goes over to the Hawkeyes' end. Whittingstall in the middle. Hit the net, so the Spartans were able to collect themselves there. Varez on the right side. Good dig, though, from Stanishevska, but it travels way too far. And a set point for the Hawkeyes. This will be huge to take a 2-1 lead in this match. And a big kill there from Kulig. Ammeraal can't make a play on that one. That ends a little bit of a scoring run for the Hawkeyes and gets the Spartans back within 6. Taylor hold up to serve, just goes over the net. Ammeraal was ready for it though. Van Zandt gets it by the front line. Whittingstall will try again. Duzema recovers for the Spartans. Varez again. Easily defended by the Spartans. Across, Stanishevska finds the gap. And it's 24-19.
Great job by Duzema and Michigan State to recover. They were out of position, and Whittingstall tried to take advantage by going over right away, not waiting for the play to set up. She went over right away when the ball went over, and Michigan State still able to take the point.
Whittingstall gets it to go that time. Set up beautifully by Claire Ammeraal. Who else would it be? And the Iowa Hawkeyes take set number 3, 20.
A night like this, sometimes it's been not as much, but tonight, 12 kills, a dig, and 4 blocks. For Alyssa Warden, it's been 12 kills, 9 digs. Career night for Alyssa Warden.
That shot is blocked by Iowa, but they can't get it to Michigan's side as it also sails out of bounds. So 1-0 start for the Spartans.
Well, that's what you need to do if you're Michigan State, right? Down by 1 set, got to come out early. It's what helped you in set 1.
Varez gets it over that time. From the back line, Taylor Hold'em. Full power mode there as Michigan State doubles down early on.
Yeah, Taylor, again, coming off an injury. We haven't said her name too much tonight, but now 4 kills after that one.
Varez will try again from the right side. Good anticipation from Stojanovic. Ready for a potential block, and that's exactly what happened. Hold'em will try again and can't get it to stay in bounds that time, and the Hawkeyes cut the lead in half. Few substitutions for the Hawkeyes here, just rolling their starting lineup. Nice dig there from Ammeraal. Stojanovic will try and set up Varez. It gets over to the Spartan side. Stanishevska, big block. And Stanishevska just has to set that one over. Van Zandt now on the left side. Was tipped, but no chance for Bolton to get there for the Spartans, and the Hawkeyes tie it up.
Good work by Iowa coming off of that high of winning that third set, taking a set lead after losing the first, coming back, picking up a couple of points, staying composed to tie it.
Ammeraal hustling to get to that one. Van Zandt out of bounds that time. Michigan State retakes the lead.
Claire Ammeral's been all over the place setting up for her hitters, but that time Sade Van Zandt just couldn't quite keep it in bounds on that corner. But Claire all over the place.
Long serve just goes over the net that time. Whittingstall up the middle. Stays in bounds. Hawkeyes tied up again. Jamie Marquardt will now serve. And like you mentioned, AJ, this is the only bench player that's seen really meaningful time, and she'll get an ace out of it too.
Well, if it's working, why fix it? You don't need to fix what's not broken. And right now, Jamie Marquardt doing a really good job with her moments in this game.
From the back line, Hold'em. Ammeraal sends that one over. Kulik down the middle. Moisio, no chance on that one. Too much power, and the Spartans tie it up again.
Kulik now 9 kills on the night. Another great day for the Michigan State Spartan. Coming off a 5-kill night against Maryland in that win. Tonight, another fantastic day.
Just 1 kill away from 90 on the season for her is Whittingstall connects once again. The Hawkeyes up 5-4.
3 different Hawkeyes in double digits in kills in the loss to UCLA. Nobody had more than 8.
Diving effort. Schneider almost took out our cameraman there. As Hawkeyes up 6-4 now. Van Zant will serve again. Kulik up the middle, good block by Whittingstall. Hold'em will try this time. It's deflected, Warden will save. She gets the setup from Ammeraal, and it stays in bounds. 7-4, and one thing to know about Claire Ammeraal, AJ, she's already over 40 assists today. That's the 8th time this season she's done that, and twice so far she's gotten over 50.
Again, we said the offense runs through Sade, Van Zant, and Carmel Fares, but it starts with Claire Ammeraal.
Hold'em on the other side, blocked by Ammeraal and Whittingstall, who team up that time. And Iowa Hawkeyes ahead over the Michigan State Spartans 8-4 here in set number 4. Trying to close it out without needing a 5th set, but after the timeout, I mean, looking at how this match has played out so far, I'm expecting the Spartans to get a little bit of a comeback going here as Whittingstall defended well there by Long. Whittingstall will try again, and it just goes out of bounds, and the Spartans get it back within 3.
Yeah, this Michigan State team is really good, and just because they're down 2-1, they're down here in the 4th set, doesn't mean that they're out. And that's one thing that head coach Kristen Kelsey will always say, that they're always going to be in it no matter what. And she always talks about the values that she tries to lead by with this team. And that is what is most important to her when they're out there on the court.
A few crazy digs from both teams here. What a wild rally so far. And that time, double hit there from Carmen Way in the middle there, but a couple of crazy digs on either end. And the Hawkeyes will benefit from the error there, up 9-5. Moisio's serve goes to the fellow libero, Leah Schneider. Ammeraal will set up Warden with the soft shot. Duzema on the right side, deflected. Warden meant right at the net, and it drops, but out of bounds. Wow. Duzema was there for the block, but just can't keep it inside the sideline, and the Hawkeyes double their lead again.
Alyssa Warden put everything into that swing and dove out of the way to make sure that it didn't hit her leg on the way down.
Duzema, if she had any leftover anger, it was used on that kill there.
Wow, and a point for the Hawkeyes.
But it's going to be for the Hawkeyes.
It is. So this is going to...
That's my fault for looking for looking away real quick.
But no, it's going to bring together the referees to talk about them when she was all over it, asking that, hey, that should be our point, and the referee gave it to the Hawkeyes, and now they're going to overturn it.
Yeah. So I was initially right.
Well, now let's see what's going to happen. Jim Barnes now asking questions about what was said over there with the one referee that didn't go over there who he's talking to.
A lot of confused Hawkeyes right now. So we'll take a look again. And this is a powerful shot from Duzema.
I think she was
Wonder what
talking
they're
about the
looking for.
ping. Yep, that's exactly what they're looking at. They're looking to see if it hit the antenna on the way over.
Okay.
And Moiseo immediately pointed it out. And originally, the referee closest to Moiseo and closest to the line and the antenna said that yes, it did. But it's going to be close because, of course, after the conversation, they overturned it.
I have to quickly note, AJ, the Hawkeye bench is doing a limbo contest right now.
They are.
I wonder if we could get a camera on this right now, as we're still looking over that previous play, but
Let's take a look at it one more time first before we get to the limbo match.
Hawkeye bench is keeping us entertained.
The call is going to be reversed. Point to Iowa. The
All
ball
right,
was out.
so it is
They will
reversed, so they're
retain their
saying it
challenge.
did hit the pin. Yep, and you see just a little bit of movement there on the antenna, and that's enough to overturn, so Iowa will ultimately keep the point, which was originally theirs and given to Michigan State, and now it's back to Iowa.
The limbo works.
I guess so.
Hawkeyes up by 6. Duzema will try again. Easily defended by Marquardt. And a block. Duzema keeps it inbounds this time. Teams up with Carmen Wade. And Michigan State makes it 11-6.
Great way to bounce back after the overturned call. Go out there and get the point in a no-doubt way.
Maya Bolton to serve. Marquardt has to travel to get that one. Warden trying to get to that back line. Stanishevska in the right place at the right time. And Oldham shot deflects off the front line by the Hawkeyes and goes out of bounds. And Michigan State down by 4. When Maya Bolton served in the first set, that's when Michigan State went on their big scoring run. As Van Sant with a lot of height on that kill. No chance for the Spartans that time. Man.
Stanishevska trying to dig that one out. She leads the team in kills right now. Has been great back there trying to dig things out. She's got a double-double, 19 kills, 10 digs, but that time couldn't dig it out and keep that rally alive.
And Way comes right back for Michigan State. Deflects off a Hawkeye defender.
And went right at Claire Amaral. No chance for her to get her arms up to keep that ball in play as it just bounced off of her and into the front row of the stands.
Carried too far there by Taylor Hold'em on the serve. So an error gives the Hawkeyes the ball right back. Alyssa Warden will serve this time, and naturally, with being in Extreme Arena, we trade service errors back and forth.
Yeah, it's been a common theme tonight and something that will certainly be brought up by both coaches after the game, win or loss.
See if Schneider can break the streak. She does. Stojanovic up the middle, blocked in front. Vares will try this time, gets it by the front line. Stanishevska, and what a play there, but lifting was Stojanovic. It was a great effort by Ammeraal to keep that in play. But Stojanovic not able to make a play, at least legally in volleyball rules.
That's normally the kicker, right? Gotta keep it legal.
Van Sant on the left side. Stanishevska again. Good dig from Ammeraal, carries all the way to Michigan State's side. Moiseo over on 2. Van Sant will try again. Dug out there by Hold'em. Stanishevska again. And it deflects off a Hawkeye.
Action there when it goes by Amaral either.
I'm curious if that's what they're looking at now, because from that vantage point, it looked like it started to change direction once it passed Vares.
Which will certainly be close. Because now they've got 2 different points of contact that could have happened during that point. But Iowa very animate, saying that it didn't hit either of them. Here's a look at Varez. It's going to be hard to see if there's much change of direction there.
Still looking it over right now. I mean, this would be the difference from a 2-point lead and a 4-point lead. Right now, Michigan State was rewarded the point. They're taking a long look at it. We have limbo still going on.
Well, it worked last time for Iowa, so they're going to try it again. Here's another look at it from this angle. As here comes the call, as we get one last look at it.
After review, the call is going to be reversed. No touch.
Wow, no touch.
And Iowa's going to be.
And I think that last angle that we saw was probably the best one that we had, looking down the line from the other side. And it looked like it did not touch Iverson-Ammeraal as it went out, and also got past Carmel Varez.
So Iowa now reaping the rewards of the challenge. Up by 4, the serve from Stojanovic. And Staniszewska, another great kill for her, adding to her career day. Michigan State pulls back within 3. Ammeraal goes behind her to Varez. Big block, but the Hawkeyes keep it in play. What a dig from Moisio. But not able to keep it in play that time as the kill from Duzema gets by Ammeraal. Michigan State pulls within 2.
Great swing that time, going across the court. Looking for Iverson-Ammeraal back there as Duzema picks up another kill.
Varez will have to get to the net. Awkward area there as Ammeral's set was carried a little too far. It's better to be late and right than early and wrong. That really stuck with me personally.
Yeah, and she waited until just a few weeks ago to make the final selections for the captains in the leadership council. It's a 4-person leadership council, and it wasn't, I mean, they went a long way into the season before they made the final decisions, but Cal State believes now is the right decision to wait.
How about that kill from Hannah Whittingstall, lofting it over the front line. Pristine work there from Hannah Whittingstall as the serve from Marquardt is defended all the way back to Iowa's end. Ammeraal over in 2. And the Hawkeyes ahead by 3.
I mean, we got to watch out for Iverson-Ammeraal's numbers as well. I mean, she's got 6 kills now, but 48 assists to go along with 9 digs.
Whittingstall again. Up the middle. There's Staniszewski on the left side. And again, finding the areas where the Hawkeye defenders aren't. And Michigan State back within 3.
Staniszewska, her 22nd kill. And again, when Moisio is playing back, that's where they're normally looking because she plays an extra step back just in case, trying to defend that back corner.
Good awareness by Whittingstall off the block from Michigan State. Warden with a big dig there off of another block. Van Zandt finally gets it over that front line, lofting it to an area where Spartan defenders weren't. And the Hawkeyes back in front by 4.
And that's great awareness, even through all of the scrambling and trying to keep the ball alive. You know, you have to be able to be aware of where your teammates are so that the ball can stay up. Then also being aware of where the Spartans are and finding those soft spots.
Van Zandt's serve barely gets over. And the shot attempt from Hold'em deflects off the front line there. So Michigan State makes it 18-15. Hawkeye saying that was maybe going to go out, but they'll play it anyway. Oldham on the left side, met by Ammeraal and Fares that time. Excuse me, no, that was Whittingstall, who goes to the bench. 19-15 now.
The blocking has really helped Iowa these last couple of sets.
Way up the middle, set up by Long. Spartans not going away. We're going back and forth here in set number 4. Ammeraal to set up Stojanovic. The dig carries all the way to Iowa's end, and a miscommunication leads to an easy point for the Spartans.
You could hear the Hawkeye side saying, "Oh no, oh no, oh no," as that ball hit the floor. Warden and Moisille were on that side, but neither one of them were calling for it.
Ammeraal has to travel back. Warden's shot hits the front line, but goes way out of bounds off the scorer's table. And Alyssa Warden, have yourself a night, gets Iowa to 20.
15 kills for Alyssa Warden, the redshirt sophomore.
Way with a net there. I lost my train of thought. I was not expecting a block, especially to carry all the way to the back line, but Warden and Stojanovic team up that time. Hawkeyes are 4 away. Ammeraal to serve. Good lofting serve there. Oldham's shot goes out of bounds. And Iowa now 3 away. Holding a 5-point lead here in set number 4. Trying to get it done without needing a 5th set. And what an upset this would be.
Yeah, Michigan State has been having a fantastic season. It's 27th in the RPI rankings, 6th in the Big Ten.
Here's Fares on the right side, and she gets it to go. 2 away.
And to give perspective on RPI, it ranks every single college volleyball team in Division I. Michigan State, 6th in the Big Ten, 27th in RPI. Iowa, 15th in the Big Ten, 122nd in the RPI.
4-0 scoring run for the Hawkeyes. And Carmen Way ends that scoring run to get them back within 5. We're going to go down to the wire here, aren't we?
We are, and I feel like that is almost a given at this point with both these teams. Both play so hard, from whistle to whistle, wire to wire, and almost every set tonight has come down to the final couple of plays.
Moisille had to travel, almost die for that serve, but no Hawkeyes were there to help that one continue to stay in play, so Michigan State back within 4. Taylor Oldham to serve. Warden on the right side, blocked by the Spartans, but it's out of bounds. Match point incoming for Iowa. Alyssa Warden will serve. And a service error. So, I was just going to say, Extreme Arena, there's not a lot of people sitting down right now besides us here in the booth, the scorer's table, and like you said, the few Michigan State fans. Is Leah Schneider will serve. Ammeraal will set up Stojanovic, defended by Schneider. Stanishevska, good dig from Warden. Van Zandt on the left side, blocked. Ammeraal over on 2, defended by Schneider. It's back on Iowa's end. Fares blocked, and the Spartans back within 3. Wow.
Gotta give credit to the Spartans. They have been down a lot in this fourth set, but they will not go away quietly.
Extreme Arena, the loudest it's been all day. Here's Stojanovic again, and the Spartans. My goodness. They are not going out without a fight. A very challenging conference, especially in volleyball, as here we go. Warden dives for that one. Van Zandt on the left side lofts it over, and no play there. Bolton dove for it, and no play. The Hawkeyes capture the upset. 25-24 is the final score in set